Der Miningscout meldet sich nochmals von Zürich anlässlich des Gold-Forums und freut sich, dass wir heute wieder einmal einen Experten bei uns haben, den wir zwar schon einmal interviewt haben in Kanada, der aber als Experte der globalen Marktzusammenhänge uns heute ein Update darüber geben wird, wie die Entwicklung in der letzten Zeit war, beziehungsweise welche Momente jetzt in näherer Zeit für uns tragend werden können. Und wir begrüßen erneut Jayant Bhandari bei uns. And Jay, thank you for taking time to make this little follow-up of the interview from January you did with Stefan Bender, and you talked a lot about gold and the junior mines last time. So let's follow this way and let me ask about what is now going on in India generally because there are elections coming. Is there to expect a bigger change in the policy or in the market of India? Because India, you know, is one of the important market maker of the sector. And can you tell us?
Okay, thanks for having me here, Erwin. I was in India 2 days back. So just before coming to this conference in Zurich, I was in India for a month, staying with my family. And the reason was I wanted to understand what was actually happening in the election process in India. Elections have been happening for almost 2 weeks in India now, and that is for the federal government. The irony is that the market is very excited about the Indian elections, and the stock market has gone to its highest ever. Indian rupee is increasing in value. So everyone, it seems, believes that India is now on the right path. I completely disagree. I think India is on exactly the wrong path right now because the next Prime Minister is likely to be Narendra Modi, who is a Hindu fanatic. Okay. Now, people worry about Islamic fanaticism, but I think they should worry about all kinds of religious fanaticism, and Hindu fanaticism is no better. People have too many high hopes from him, and I don't think he can deliver on any of those. So India, not only there will be a loss of interest in India going forward, but India has a lot of suffering to go through, in my view, over the next several years, because they are not really addressing the real issues about that country, which is a lack of work ethic, lack of growth, lack of training among the youth, and very bad educational system.
Thanks for the explanations about the Indian situation currently exists. But coming back to the juniors, you are writing a book about the juniors, and what are the topics of it?
Okay, so I am writing a booklet, about 40-page booklet on how to invest in the junior mining sector. I think junior mining sector is truly one of the most exciting sectors in any industry. And the reason is that there is not many areas in the industry anywhere in the world where you can consistently make 10, 20, 30 times your original investment, provided you invest rationally. A lot of people approach investing in the junior mining industry as if they are playing in a casino. And I think there is a rational way to look at these companies, a rational way to invest in these companies so that you can preserve your capital and position yourself to make a lot of money. Now, I'm not saying it always works, but with a small amount of money, if you can position yourself for big gains, this sector can give you fabulous returns. And I think my approach is to tell people that they should give up playing casino in the junior mining sector, but invest rationally in this sector.
Yeah, but this leads to the next question. What are the important factors the investors should mention to be on the safer side and not to gamble. There are aspects what they have to looking for.
Okay, so for let's say today there are many companies that are trading for 2/3 of the cash they have. They have very good management. Some of them have very good projects as well. So now if I look at those companies, I say I am protected in terms of just the cash they have. I am getting good management, a listed company, and projects free of cost. Now, getting something for free means that my risk is zero. So what I'm looking for is an opportunity, a package in a company that gives me good value for minimal possible risks. But the key behind everything is the quality of management. You need two very important things in the management. A lot of managements don't have that. You want good, honest people, and you also want very smart management. Mining is an extraordinarily difficult business to be in. You have to go through a lot of hoops, a lot of problems, a lot of painful times. And you want management which is a doer management, a management that can persist and keep creating value, a management which understands how to create value. They know instinctively that when they are putting some money in the ground, they should be creating a lot more value to justify drilling in that property. And a lot of managements don't have that capability.
So if you have understood you right, that the management is one key position what the investors have to look for.
That's absolutely true, but there's another very important thing, that historically investors have not paid much attention to management. As a result, the market is filled and packed with truly bad managements because investors don't pay attention to that. And I think it's your money. You should pay attention. You are the owners of the company. You should pay attention to who your employees, the management is. And management should understand that they are your employees, not the other way.
So it is mentioned that not the place and the grades are the only reasons for an investor. So mainly the management should be the focus.
Well, management is a key thing, but at the end of the day, you want to have a project which has value. But I have seen in the last 9 or 10 years of my time in this industry that good management have an eye for value. They have an eye to identify and build good projects. But at the end of the day, I'm looking for projects, and sometimes people get emotional about the projects they have, and they keep working on a project that has proven not to have value, and they should pull out of those projects, but sometimes they don't. So you have to understand a combination of those things, but management is the first step.
Yeah. So I believe you have found the right company, because you have chosen the board of one company, as we have heard. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Okay.
What's the reason why you have chosen the board of a company? It's normally not the usual way for an investor to be on the board of a company.
That's absolutely correct. I never wanted to be a part of the board of any company, but 3 of my clients are invested in a company called Gold Canyon. The ticker is GCU.
Yes.
And they wanted me to represent them in the board of this company. The management, I have known the management for a long time. Akiko Levinson, who is the CEO, I have known her for a very long time for very high level of integrity she has. Quinton, who is the technical advisor, is a very highly regarded geologist in the Canadian and American market. So they invited me to join the board, and I was happy to join the board because I think it is a company that I see a lot of value in. The reason I got my clients to invest in this company, and I think it will be a great experience for me because now I'm also trying to understand the business from the management side. Although I'm an independent director, I'm not an executive director, but I'm working for the management here.
Yes, but you see first time, not from the outside, so you are in the middle of the company and to see what's going on in real and in fact, and so you are standing close to the all what has happened on the property and what's the problems and surroundings. So it's a new experience for you.
It's a totally new experience, and things that I did not pay much attention to earlier as an investor, I pay more attention to those things because now I understand that those things have a lot of value as well. So it's a good comprehensive experience for me to be working in the board. But I'm still an investor. I'm an independent director representing my clients and as an independent.
It's an interesting development you did in the last time. And I'm sure we can talk about it next time, what your expected and what your experiences was. It's also interesting because nobody has a chance to be a director of a company, to be so close on what's going on there. So let's hear it next time about this kind of. Coming back to Zurich, you were also on the mining show here, and what are your summary of it? Was it a good conference?
Well, I mean, I was here for the first time last year, and I love the way they organized the conference in Zurich and Denver. The Denver Gold Show people do a fabulous job of bringing in good top-level executives from a variety of companies who are very influential in the market to come and speak with us and interact with us. So it provides me a fabulous opportunity to get to know these people one-on-one. I get to understand their personalities, and I get to talk with a lot of very smart people in the industry. So and I love the city as well. So it's a very good experience to condense learning in a very short 3-day time
yes,
period.
And you have met some interesting companies you can tell us?
Right. I have been relatively pessimistic about the mining industry and the junior mining industry overall, and that's contrary to a lot of other people. A lot of people think that the market has bottomed already. I think there's a lot of pain still to go through.
Really?
Most of the mining companies are, if you look at the profit and loss accounts and cash flow statements of the big or mid-tier mining companies, virtually none of them is making a profit right now. So they're, in terms of the valuations compared to the cash flow they have, their share prices must fall quite a bit, in my view. Having said that, in any bad market, you can always find companies that seem to offer value. So not that I have found a lot of companies, but there are some companies that I want to understand better and in more details over the next few days. And I can name those companies, but it does not mean that they are necessarily good companies. It's just that my first impression has been very good about those companies.
Please.
So one is Amara Mining. It has a project in the western part of Africa.
Yep.
It's a London-based project company.
Uh,
I met Midas Gold. They have a big gold deposit in Idaho in the US. I came back after my meeting with a very positive impression. I have known Stephen Quinn for a long time. He is a very good CEO, and he has delivered in the past. So I want to look at Midas Gold properly again. I was also intrigued by Orvana Mining, which has a project in Bolivia, and which is a funny jurisdiction. I normally would not invest in it.
Yes.
Really? But they have been generating cash flow from that project for the last 6-7 years, and they have been able to bring that cash flow apparently to Canada again. So I'm not saying I have done any valuation on these companies, but my first impression has been very good about it.
They have shown the possibility to create value also in a not really safe jurisdiction of the company.
Right. And in the 40 minutes of my conversation with them, I want to decide whether it's worth 2-day or 3-day of working on these companies.
Yes.
And they have proven to me that I should work on these companies, which I will be over the next few days.
Yes. So Jay, please, last but not least for today, last time you have named two companies to us where you are exciting about them. So can you give us some new companies? You get a lot of information and you meet a lot of people. So we are always interested. What's your favorite at the moment? Can you tell us some of it?
Okay, so of course, with then being a part of Gold Canyon, I like Gold Canyon. I think it has fallen quite a bit recently, and I think I like this company because it has a very good IRR at the current gold price, and there's always a problem with projects permitting related issues with a lot of companies. They have the same issue, but that's one I like. I also like a company, and I don't own this company that I'm going to talk about. That's Mawson West. It has a copper project in DRC,
Yes.
Democratic Republic of Congo, and I think it seems to it has a lot of cash with the company. It's a high-grade copper project, and they are generating about as much as 25 or 20% of the market capitalization worth of cash every year. That makes it very exciting to me. Now, a lot of people worry about jurisdiction, but a valuation like that has already taken into account all the bad news about DRC, in my opinion. So I'm happy, and I am looking forward to investing my money in Mawson West. There's another company that I have come across. I'm still trying to find out if there's anything wrong with that company, but so far everything looks good, and that's Canuck Resources.
Really?
It has a new Polaris project in British Columbia, which is surprisingly high grade for British Columbia. So I'm just curious why not many people know about it. I'm going through a cycle of trying to talk with as many people about the project to see if they know something that I haven't found out yet, but so far it looks very good to me.
Okay, we should have a look about it. Yeah. So, Jay, thank you for this time and for the update you gave to us and the new impressions you are presenting to our audience. And we will be happy to see you again for the next show, maybe in some month, and we can make a follow-up interview again. So we got always new impressions and new experiences from your side. That's very impressive.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Jay. Thanks for having me.